Good morning to Gretchen's Garden and Greenhouse. It's a beautiful June morning and we're on the patio enjoying the sun and the pond. Since we've been able to remove the nets, it just looks so pretty now and the fish are happy. We have been doing some changes in our watering system. We're in a very dry area, and so our irrigation out of the Boise River is critical to us. Recently, we had a sprinkler head just over there that broke, and Al replaced it. But in replacing it, it changed a little bit of how it was covering, and I suddenly noticed that we have some plants over here that are dying. So yesterday, Al extended our drip system so that we have a sprinkler, where is it? Right here. Now that sprays over onto those plants over there. And I think my coral bell there will revive and make it. I probably should cut off the dead plants. We also have a problem that we've been fighting for a couple of years in our raised beds. So let's go over there and take a look, and we'll talk about what the problems in the raised beds have been. One of my favorite things about our little annual poppies here are the bees. Just love them. So I like to watch the pollinators come in to our poppies. What a joy that is. Anyway, since we're out here already, I thought I'd just give you a little update before we start our repairs. Tell you what's going on in each one of our raised beds. This is the one we call number 4 because it was the 4th one we did. And as you can see, we've got our tomatoes here and they're doing good. We've set on a few little small tomatoes and we have blossoms coming. I also have some marigolds in with them to keep the tomato worms away. This is number 3. And number 3 is basically our pepper bed, but I do have some peas in here because they're an early crop and they'll come out later. And I have one last tomato plant. And then down here are our peppers. And these are the new little pepper plants. Well, not this one. These 4 are the new pepper plants. These 3 are the pepper plants that we spent the winter in the greenhouse. And as you can see, we're already eating peppers.
They were from last year's garden that Gretchen dug up and moved into the greenhouse for the winter and then brought them back out and replanted them.
And then here is our summer squash. And we've already got
a summer squash coming in. This is good.
Yeah. And then down on the end, of course, we've got our potatoes in the bag.
The sacks of potatoes. I think that's so funny.
They're doing great.
Oh yeah, they are.
This is number 2. And number 2 is where we're growing beans primarily. So you can see our little beans are coming up. These are the first that I planted. There's the new ones coming up. And then down here on the end is where we've got cucumbers. I've got some right here that have come up already. And then this one was one I raised in the house. So it's already got some blossoms. Maybe we'll have some early cucumbers. The funny thing about cucumbers is we really want them, and we eat them and eat them and eat them. And by the end of the summer, you couldn't give us a cucumber, but I'm looking forward to them at this point. This is number 4. And number 4 will also have some beans in it probably and some other late crops. But if you remember, this is where we planted our microgreen seeds to see what would happen. And we have been eating microgreens and now they're getting big. Down on the end, we've got some spinach. But as you can see, they're starting to bolt and blossom. So we're going to be pulling these up pretty soon. Some brassicas in here, I'm not sure what they are, but I might leave those and see what they turn out to be. But the leafy green stuff we'll pull up. So now we need to talk about our problem. What we've done is taken short hoses and we connect them here to the water supply. And then it wraps around and goes to our drip system here. The problem is this hose kinks terrible. I mean, we support it with bricks, we do everything we can, but we have continually fight it. So I went online and I found these, and they're supposed to not kink. So we'll see how good they do. But even there, I notice we'll have to really watch them while we get them.
That's why I have the heat gun out here right now. But we're going to have to do a little bit of rebuilding work here, and I still need to get some things out of my shop. So let's just pause that for a minute. But to make this thing work, that faucet's got to be turned around going the other way. But we'll be back in just a moment. What we got here is those new hoses, and you can see that one's got a small kink in it. Well, rather than take you through the pain of watching me use this heat gun, which takes several minutes, this one also had a kink in it, and I took it out with the heat gun. So we'll just set that aside for the moment. And here is a close-up look of the hose that I want to connect to and the faucet that feeds it. Well, right now it's going in the wrong direction. So what I'm going to do is loosen up my pipe clamp here and turn this around. Well, I was struggling just a little bit there to get this hose in place. And what I ended up having to do was some manipulation. You didn't need to watch us fumble on camera. But I'm finishing this up right now by tightening this up. And I'll just get my pliers in here to finish that job. And I've also placed a brick right here, and the only thing I want it to do is to allow the sun to heat the hose so it'll cool in the position that I want it, and it'll reshape itself. And now what we have is a feed without any kinks, and we'll be doing that on all of our raised beds.
And what we discovered was we needed to attach the hose before we turned the spigot.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay.
And what we need to do now, as you can see, is we've got the hoses laid out, and we'll be doing that to the rest of them. Okay, now that we've got the hoses installed and we're testing them out and adjusting the levels in each of the raised beds, and that's the system as it is now. It's a heck of a lot better than it was yesterday at this time, a lot better. Any closing comments on this, Gretchen, before we go to the next segment in Gretchen's Garden and Greenhouse?
No, I don't think so. It looks pretty good. I can't see this one. So we'll have to check, but it looks pretty good as I pull this stuff
there
back.
It is down on the end, Gretchen.
Yeah.
If you look on the end there, you can see one going there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, well, let's see what we have next on Gretchen's Garden and Greenhouse.
Al foolishly let me go to the greenhouse to pick up some things all by myself yesterday. And of course, I found this plant with a little bit of reduction in price. I'd never seen these before, but this is a Japanese Andromeda or Paris Mountain Fire, and it's got these great blooms. And it's supposed to get about 5 feet tall, 3 to 5 feet tall. So it'll be somewhere in here and about 3 to 6 feet wide. So it should fill this space in. Nice, I've kind of got a blank here. So I'm pretty excited about this.
So you're transplanting the plant you just got at the greenhouse.
Yes, so I'm going to plant it right here when I've got my shovel. I'm going to put it a little bit out from the fence so that it will get sunshine for sure. This is facing south, and so in the summer, the sun is more over there, so we get a shade along here. So when I plant in here, I have to kind of plant a little bit away from the fence to ensure that our plant gets the sunshine it needs. Looks like the soil's plenty wet in here. It should be good. So we'll set this down in here. Well, I think just a tiny bit more and we'll have it. I try to buy, in the past few years, a shrub every year or propagate one of the two, so that we have nice flowering shrubs all along this fence. It's got nice roots. It's a little bit root bound, so I'll just tease these roots a little bit. That stimulates them to grow out. Oh, that looks just about perfect.
Well, that's just about perfect with the ground level, Gretch.
There, I think we'll put it right there. All right, now all we got to do is fill it back in. You want to get the dirt packed in nicely around it. So that'll kind of keep it in there. Then another thing you can do is just kind of with your heel, just go around like this. You don't want to step right on the plant with the dirt that you just put in.
You're just firming up the soil around there, right?
Yeah. There we go.
Don't forget to put the little stake in the ground somewhere there handy so we can remember what the name of it is.
Yeah. Well, I think I've got it. Now we'll get some water and water that in real good. There we go. Next year we'll show it. Hopefully next year it'll be up here.
Well, that's it for Gretchen's Garden Greenhouse this week. Hope you enjoyed it. We sure did. See you next week.
I'm getting hot. I'm going inside.
That sounds like a good idea.
Bye.